What's going on, guys? Mickle here, and in this video, we're going to be covering some breaking Ripple and XRP news you need to see. The fair notice defense is one of Ripple's strongest defenses in their case against the SEC. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys something extremely interesting that could show that Ripple has a very strong chance of winning this fair notice defense based on something the judge actually said. Now, this went heavily under the radar and actually happened a while ago, but I saw something brought up on Twitter today that blew my mind, and I think it's going to be very significant to Ripple's case going forward. We also have a third-party organization, Empower, who is attacking the SEC from the flank. They are doing an outstanding job of shaking down the organization and trying to figure out what corruption went on during the Ethereum free pass. I'm going to show you guys the absurd thing the SEC is trying to say to this third-party organization, and you guys will not believe it. Make sure you stick around for that. Last of all, guys, I have something really important to show you at the end of the video about the current state of the market. I think I'm going to show you guys a visual representation that should help give you guys a better understanding of what is going on in the market right now. We haven't had positive price movement in a while now, but I think what I'm going to show you at the end of the video will give you guys a better representation of when we could finally have some bullish momentum roll back into the market. Like always, guys, if you're new to this channel or come here all the time, please take a second to hit the like and subscribe button down below. It goes such a long way in helping to support this channel, and it means so much to me. If you guys are looking for a good place to buy some XRP, make sure to check out the link in the description below. With that said, though, let's jump right into it, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. I want to start out this video by giving Rosalind Layton a huge shout out. She's a Forbes reporter who has been covering this Ripple SEC case very closely and has been doing an outstanding job. It is so important that these big news organizations start getting the word out about the SEC's inadequate regulation of the cryptocurrency market, because it is one of the best ways that we can put pressure on the SEC. The SEC is not an organization that is supposed to be getting so much pushback from the retail investor. They are supposed to be protecting us, so if anything, the retail investor should look at the SEC in a very positive light. The more articles that come out about the retail investors' dissatisfaction with the SEC, it's going to start to garner the attention of Congress, and Congress is not going to be happy if they are getting a bunch of negative feedback from retail investors about an organization that's supposed to be helping them. The more pushback the SEC gets from large organizations like this, the better chance the SEC is going to realize that what they are doing is not flying under the radar, and they are going to have to be held accountable for their corrupt actions. Now, we know that a third-party organization that has been doing more than almost anyone besides John Deaton, pushing for an investigation into the SEC's absurd conflicts of interest in giving Ethereum a free pass and then suing XRP holders and Ripple, is Empower and Jason Foster. Empower and Jason Foster are going after the SEC's internal communications, and let me tell you, they have blood in their eyes. I could not believe the list of names Empower is going after. There is no doubt in my mind that when they get these email communications, it is gonna be bad for the SEC. They are asking for some of the biggest names behind Ethereum, such as Joseph Lubin, Mike Novogratz, and a whole bunch of other shady characters who are working with the SEC to help get Ethereum through the door. And that's why I tweeted out, the SEC chose war. War is what they will get. The XRP community is putting up a massive fight against the SEC, and that is on top of the outstanding work that Ripple's lawyers are already doing. Now, with all that that said, we know that the SEC in no way is going to hand these over without a big fight, and you guys will not believe what they're saying. Empower Organization tweeted out that the SEC seeks to delay in Crypto Conflict's case to allow former officials' law firm time to object. Empower Oversight seeks discovery, documents, and timely briefing schedule. So what Empower is saying is that the SEC is trying to allow Bill Hinman's former employer, Simpson Thacher, to object to Empower getting these internal communications from Bill Hinman. Now, before I break down how utterly ridiculous this is, I want to read you what Stephen Hubert had to say. He said, "Let me get this straight. Bill Hinman ignored all SEC directives to cease and desist all communications with Simpson Thacher. But the SEC is now asking Simpson Thacher if they want to object to releasing the communications that were never allowed to happen in the first place." Guys, I mean, this is just straight up crazy. The SEC, who is supposed to be a transparent organization for the retail investor, is asking a private organization if they would object to the SEC releasing compromising emails about that exact organization. Of course they're going to object to it. They were literally engaging in practices that weren't allowed, and the SEC's own internal ethics office called them out on this. Why would it matter what Simpson Thacher thought about these communications getting released? Of course they're not going to want them released. The SEC is trying to use this as some kind of excuse on why they shouldn't have to send out the emails. But this in itself should show how damning these emails likely really are. The SEC should in no way have any problem releasing these emails, and them trying to say they cannot because the private organization who engaged in the corruption doesn't want them getting out shows what kind of people we are dealing with here. Next, guys, I want to quickly go over some really important facts about the fair notice defense. The fair notice defense is one of Ripple's strongest arguments going into summary judgment, and one the SEC is gonna be terrified of. If the SEC loses on the fair notice defense, then it's going to provide a playbook for every other cryptocurrency company in the US to beat the SEC in court. Well, right now, I want to show you how strong this fair notice defense is, and even something the judge says that bolsters it even further. This tweet thread out of Ashley Prosper goes over why Ripple wins fair notice defense. She says, 1, the SEC provided no clear guidance. 2, the SEC provided no action letters. 3, the Hinman speech gave market participants the idea that tokens similar to ETH were okay. 4, the SEC itself was confused about which digital assets were securities. 5, FinCEN and the DOJ both classified XRP as a currency. 6, legal counsel from the same firm that advised the Ethereum Enterprise Alliance said XRP is unlikely a security. 7, Brad had meetings with an SEC commissioner and left feeling like XRP was not a security. 8, XRP may have been mentioned in the Hinman emails as not a security. The SEC did not want to allow the court to decide this case on fair notice, but because it survived their multiple attempts to dismiss it, it remains in the case in a constant looming threat over their head that could cause them to lose precedent over future crypto cases. So you might be thinking, wow, that's a lot of reasons Ripple didn't have fair notice. They are looking very good going into summary judgment. But wait until you hear this. Once again from Ashley Prosper, when Judge Netburn ruled that it was settled that Hinman's speech was his opinion, not only did she let the SEC know that the speech wasn't fair notice, but just by disagreeing with the SEC, she shows the market confusion that existed and exists today. And this was a monster find by Ashley Prosper because she nailed it. The fact that the SEC and the judge cannot even agree on what Hinman's speech was shows that no one had any idea of what's going on in the crypto market, neither the SEC or the court, and this is fair notice gold for Ripple. And not only does Ripple know it, not only does the SEC know it, but the judge straight up told us in this court case already. This is one of the reasons I believe more than ever that the SEC will not dare take this thing to summary judgment, and there is a much better chance that this thing actually gets settled prior to summary judgment ever happening. Last of all, I wanted to cover quickly what I believe is really going on in the market. For a very long time now, probably around a year, we have seen the crypto markets trading sideways, but the good news that I see in this is they are actually holding up a lot better than traditional equities. This is something that a lot of people probably wouldn't have expected to happen, and I think a lot of people who only focus on cryptocurrencies aren't really considering what is happening to the traditional markets. But if we take a look at this tweet right here, we can see from Gary Black, he says that this chart shows in empirical research, relative price to sales multiples of big growers are nearing its lowest multiple since 1980. If we take a look at this chart, we can see that we are at a very, very low valuation for most high growth companies. The reason this is so important to be paying attention to in respect to cryptocurrencies is because most cryptocurrencies trade like high valuation tech stocks. This means that if high valuation tech stocks and fast growing companies are at their lowest valuation since 1980, then this is likely a fantastic buying opportunity for this type of stock. With that said, it also correlates to a fantastic buying opportunity for cryptocurrencies as they trade with a lot of similarities to this specific sector of the traditional market. I really do believe that once we see some pressure taken off the traditional markets, once we're able to bottom here, I think we're going to see that pressure also be taken off the cryptocurrency markets, and we'll have more ability to push up towards all-time highs. And with that said, I wanted to read you this last tweet. I said, people want to make 10x to 100x gains, but they don't want to deal with the pain of being an early adopter. You can't have it both ways. One of the most important things that you need to realize as an investor is once the investment becomes obvious, once the risk is removed, so are the gains. The fact that we are still dealing with this insane volatility and this insane uncertainty in the crypto market just further proves that if the innovation sticks around, you are in an asset class that is going to produce tremendous gains. Guys, thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed this update. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And for now, Mickle out.